Back to part number 11 of my Epirus playthrough for Imperator Rome. No slight amount of time has passed since the last episode. I've been shuffling pops around, building things. I finally broke down and built some theaters in our capital, Providence. I built out to the army and sent them up. One's up here, the other is stationed here. I'm going to call up some mercs and finally take out this large defensive league here. Let's see, Tilitania, Saldensia, Albocensia, Cotinia, Dindaria, and the primary Scordicia. There's probably going to be a lot of various sorts about, but we have the ability to hire 4 mercs. We can break these guys in half as well. I'm going to break down now as these stacks are pretty large toward the forced march, but on the way there we'll be able to get various efficiencies, not particularly many of them, but one of which is loyalty of generals here, +5. It's decent. Next we'll head here for supply limit, and then movement speed, quick march. Down here supply limit, and then army surgeons as well. I did some colonization, just sort of randomly colonizing stuff. I saved myself a carpal tunnel syndrome and paid 25 gold per territory via a consul, rather than shuffling pops about endlessly. And it still took no slight amount of time. Let's see, there's I haven't done really much of anything with any of this. Our Great Wonder is helping us with the loyalties, which are trending up, as is our high stability. Generally speaking, our provinces are loyal. There's a couple of problem areas, but nothing really jumping out with any immediacy. What we can do, there's quite a few pops in this area, as I've let them be. They're going to be wrong culture, wrong religion, but at some point they'll convert. And what I can do is simply move them down into these sparsely populated territories here around or adjacent to our cities, maybe build another city or 2 in any given province. And speaking of which, I created 2 more cities in our capital region. Let's see here. Here and here. They're going to promote up and whatnot. But as long as I get them to the region of Illyria from these various territories here, it's quite close, relatively speaking. They'll benefit from the permanent cultural assimilation policy. I could just sit them in these territories and let them assimilate, and then as they assimilate, I can move them into the cities for promotion activities of primary culture. It's worked well so far. Most of these cities are predominantly primary culture at this point. And that's the way I want to keep it. There's some issues here just because of the warring we do. It sends the pops to the capital. I finally broke down and bought as I said, a theater. But most of the territories in this capital province, except the capital, are mostly primary culture. Actually, the capital is the area that has most a diverse range of various sorts here. Whatever the case is or is not, I'm going to hire these mercs and get them properly positioned. We're probably going to need... Maybe we'll get this guy. Anyway, I'm going to hire some mercs, 4 to be exact, and get back to you when I'm ready to start this war. I'm going to pay the 10 stability and take 42 PI. Why not do it? These units are in place. This area is sparsely defended. And perhaps I should... well, we'll see what happens. Let's declare the war. The same combatants. It's on now. I've secured access from all of these tribes and such up and through here, so it should go reasonably well. And let's see. We can hopefully go to the capital area immediately. We'll go here as well, and then call up levies as required. Alright, I'm going to assault this fort immediately. Looks like we've caught out the various levies here in the Cortinian capital. This unit is just standing there. Let's carry on. We dropped that siege. We killed off those guys. I think this fellow, we'll wait for him to lock and then we'll levyize him. I'm pretty sure there are 2 levies available in that area. And this is a level 1 Miltech, so we'll beat him soundly, surely. The rest of this looks certainly workable, no problem. Let's assault this immediately. The trick with all this assaulting is we could wait, we're in no hurry per se, but I don't want the Roman to get any strange ideas. He knows we're at war. They have a tendency to attack when you're engaged, so I want to finish this out as soon as possible and then let the AE burn down. At some point when the traditions have, when we have a few more of our Persian traditions, which I actioned during the break, maybe more horse archers, etc. This one comes to mind right here. We may want to engage with him while he's busy with something else. You notice he's at peace right now. I'd want to wait until he gets himself engaged, because there's no way that I will engage any majors that can't just be assaulted away almost immediately and then stood down, because I'm pretty sure Rome would pounce. And until we skim some of his urban centers here and his integrated cultures, levy count, etc., there's going to be a huge problem with warring. We don't really want to go over here anyway, as per the original intent of the campaign. We want to get up in here and sort of try to urbanize it. I was thinking that we have Illyria as our main hub of levies and legion count specifically. But if we were to be able to perhaps go to Bohemia, take it over, and have another hub of urbanization, we could move the pops from Venetia, Germania Superior, and Raetia. Well, Raetia goes to Illyria, but we could move these 3 regions into Bohemia, or even better yet, probably Germania Superior. But that's really far out there, and Roman owns it presently. The plan would be, over the longer term, is to push the Roman out of Italy, and then have him do our work for us. You'll note there are quite a few cities up in this area. If we push him out of Rome, necessarily this will become his home hub, and he'll be incentivized to build cities there so as to raise legions, levies, etc. That's the plan. Right now we're just going to action this and then move the pops down for assimilation and promotion, as detailed earlier in the episode. The siege dropped. Let's head over. Actually, I'm going to use a levy to take those capital provinces. Go like that. And we can leave our huge legion stack to head to this fort. We have a breakout. We're going to levyize them. We've beaten someone somewhere. I'll levyize this guy here as well. Let's assault this fort. Another breakout here. We'll drop this siege. Let's there are no other forts really. We'll head this direction. Let's assault that. Drop the siege and occupation as well. Let's send this merc up in this direction. Let's assault this fort as well. Here's the battle as it stands right now. The whole of it, it should end shortly actually, if I don't miss my guess. This siege just dropped here. Let's head over in this direction. We can piece this tribe out right now, and let's do exactly that. This levy has done a number on any and all comers. I think he's going to get this this first levy of Illyria here as well. These guys have congregated here. Let's assault that fort away. Here's the war as it stands. We assaulted this fort just right now, occupying various territories. I think soon the war will end. That siege just fell. Let's occupy these territories here. Maybe we can peace out Saldensia. Let's assault this fort as well. We're about to be able to separate peace Cotinia. This siege just fell. Let's see what else we need to occupy. I don't think there's anything else to occupy, really. This Cotinian Merc is about, I believe, to disappear as Cotinia disappears. So there it is. That's a 99 war score, and we can go ahead and, I believe, peace out with this whole lot, hopefully. We've done it. That's everybody, and peace. I'm going to get back to building and shuffling pops about. That war was good to us. The economy is such that we're making 125 per now. And we also have access to these long provenances to shuffle pops out of the colonized regions that have essentially no cities down to our capital territory. There's a couple of cities very close on the border that I built sometime back that are in great need of pops. Essentially, yep, they're all promoted out, so I'm going to move some pops about, shuffle some primaries out from here or there, move some wrong culture into these various areas, and as detailed earlier, down into this area here where they will assimilate. Time has passed, shuffling pops about. We have built up these cities. There's the ratios are wildly skewed. They need to promote up. But a great many of these pops have been moved down here, and our legion count is rising. So one of our the primary heir, the only male heir of our Basilius here, is he died of some sort of plot, some poisoning endeavor or whatnot. So I'm going to change the law here to allow for female children to take the throne. There it is right there. We're going to take a stability hit, but we'll get over it, I'm sure. Gave me an excuse to run the tyranny up to 98 and demand support for heir a whole bunch of times. Let's see what it did to our income there. It spiked it hard, 125 for all that tyranny. We get a bonus for aggressive expansion as well from the 0.39 from tyranny. I'm going to continue to use that money to shuffle pops about and build out. We won the Olympics, 6 stability. I think I adopted her or let her out of prison, and she won the Olympics shortly thereafter. Good for me. What have I been doing and building stuff, shuffling pops about? I noted that this city, I built it, I thought it was in Illyria, but actually it's in Pannonia. I think I would have rather built it here if I was going to build in Pannonia, but it's there, it's legacy, it's has a fair number of, advanced pops and whatnot. Well, such is life. Let's see if it actually is increasing or adding to the levy count. Not really so much, no. It looks like our friend here has become involved in a war with the Seleucid Empire. Let's see. Over the war goal of something. I wonder if our shuffling days are at an end here. I need to begin to accumulate a war fund here. It looks as though, again, there's no knowing the war goal. It looks as though it's indeterminate or some sort of non-casus belli war. Whatever the case is, the Seleucids are here, and I suspect that the Roman will go and reinforce his advanced holdings. And then once we let this war run for a while, this area here may be less than adequately defended. We'll see. We'll find out. I think one of these provenances, I believe this one only has 2 cities, so I'm going to build another one right here. Let's see if we can get that ball rolling along as well. That Roman war is undecisive. I finally got to look again at the Roman Navy. He has a decent admiral, mostly Liborians and triremes. Our ships are also mostly all Liborians. There's nothing much going on. I think we're going to need more ships, is what I think. Looks as though that war has ended non-decisively, as Rome still looks to have whatever Rome had. There may have been some slight shuffling, but nothing much happened. And he is at peace yet again. I built up my navy, and I'm continuing that effort. I'm going to go for as many as possible. We have a lot of money. I don't see any reason why I should skimp on it. It doesn't really cost all that much. Some more time has passed. I've been collecting money, moving pops about not so much. Building out my navy again. I have quite a few Liborians. Actually, some of them are on the way. Getting built in Pella, various other areas. I'll probably quicken that up, as I want to get this war rolling. We're out of aggressive expansion. I think the key to beating the Roman wolf is control of the strait here. And nothing else really matters. He has various territories here. I think we can cope with this territory with maybe a Greek levy or something. Maybe call up a merc or some such. There's this territory which is problematic. He'll probably just march right across and into these various areas here that are not well defended with forts. I have secured access from... I can't secure access with Macedon. He won't give up military access, so the only way to get at this territory that Rome presently holds is by the sea, which means I'd have to split my navy, which I don't want to do, or hire a mercenary navy, which are relatively small relative to the need and a possibility for failure. So I'm going to see if I can hunt up a mercenary or two. There are some pretty nice ones, generally speaking, over here. I'm going to move them from here through our access area to de-exile them in Chios, and then we'll march back across this way via the ground. While I'm waiting on this war, I'm going to pop another one of the mill traditions. A decade also rolled over, and in honor of not being able to call up the levies to disband them, or not having to call them up to disband them, I'm going to give myself another 40 mil experience as per detailed in the playlist. So, horse archers morale or heavy cav offense. We're going with heavy cav offense. And that'll do it. I built a secondary navy over here. Each individual port I just had to build out. I was 46. It can vary a fair number of armies. I have this 17 stack I called up. We're going to try to take to the sea as opposed to across here. I had this army sitting in Chios, essentially making a bad situation worse. He ate all the food, and that the thing was negative to begin with, so I don't know what to say. Some of these things are lagging. They're just essentially war score waiting to happen at this point. I'm going to cancel them. Well, here goes nothing. Let's see, I have a couple of wheels in motion. This guy landed him back on Chios. He's headed over in this direction. The Navy is picking up this merc. We're going to try to land him. Maybe we'll take to this the same route to Chios there. Or we could go here and be adventuresome. We're going to be adventuresome. I have a very large merc stack headed up here. He's eating all the food in the area. But we have plenty of supply. And it's going to trickle back in at some point. He needs to stay very close to supply. So luckily the Roman has placed I believe that's my own, I see. Where's the provincial capital here? I don't know, I'm going to find it. It's right here, unfortunately. It has a level 2 fort. I think we're going to assault it and then head back over here to find out what goes on. These guys are loaded up on ships. At least they will be. I'm going to head over to Italy proper here and land, well, right here. We're presently getting an 8.33% bonus to our morale, which is nice, but I think that we could pop even yet another tradition and get 4 innovations as well as heavy cav discipline. So, along those lines, we should have a truckload of innovations now. 8. So, we can go like this and take the 10% supply, 5% movement speed, forced march, and as we have very large stacks, I'm going to go all the way down here so we stay food friendly. We still have 3 left. I'm going to figure out something to do with them. I think we need this discipline, and then we could take reinforcement speed here. I think more discipline is in order, really. I was thinking on taking material science this, or maybe holding it, but I think we use the discipline is what we need. So that's it. We're spent. We can force march, and we have 5% movement speed, and we're much more food friendly than we were previously. So we don't get caught out. That's the point. What is our war goal going to be? Take we're gonna roll down here and take Tarentum. Let's get these guys there as well. We're ready, in position. Declare the war. Tarentum it is. 10 stability loss. Well, I wonder if we could insult him. I'm pretty sure we can. Let's give it a shot. See what happens. We'll have to wait and burn more food. That's good relations anyway. We'll just attack him and not worry about the stability. We're gonna have at it right now. He is sort of busy off in this region here, but he's been fighting very small wars since we became unaffiliated. I think he was trying to draw us in with that Seleucid war over there. Whatever the case is, we are going to force march off here to this provincial capital. I'm going to roll this guy right here as well. Let's get this guy going in there. Everyone is in motion. Looks like he has a slight garrison over here, but more than a few forts about. I'm going to head back to Byzantium. What goes on here is essentially nothing. We've landed here. Let's take the capital. Let's take this capital as well. And we'll turn the force march off here and head up in this direction. No resistance here. Nobody home here. A lot of times they like to wait and see what comes up. Luckily, we have a fair force. I'm sort of hesitant to assault these forts, but the sooner we lose some men, the sooner we'll begin to recover our number. Theoretically, this guy is of no real worry. We should be able to take him with levies. We have heavy infantry and a fairly large levy in Greece. Macedon as well, heavy infantry here, so we'll let him come and we'll see what he wants, and we'll put it to him, hopefully. Alright, this area just dropped for the provincial capital. I'm going to pick this guy up via boat and maybe head up in this direction here. That assault worked out here. It looks as though it has not worked out here. At least as yet. Let's take this provincial capital and see if we can put it to this guy. We've done it. This guy is sawing through food, I'm sure, at an advanced clip. We're going to assault that fort. We have occupied this. Let's see about heading up here. And we're we're going to get on board this navy. And the question is, where do we go? I'd like to go here, but then that gets us here around the wrong side of this strait, so we're going to head right here to reinforce this effort. This guy is taking a bloodbath. Let's get the heck back over to friendly territory and reorganize. I have this merc. He's going to go and take the provincial capital. This unit here is headed up to that fort. And this guy is... maybe he should land here. Well, whatever. So our client state Delphi is on the ball here, sieging down some Roman territory. There was a levy about here somewhere. I have no idea where he went. You'd think we'd be able to see it. He must be here or here. He's hiding, I think. Either that or he disbanded him somehow. Or maybe this guy defeated him. Who knows, really? What goes on here, we don't know. Wait a minute here. What drives this guy? He's escaped. We're going to force march into him. I changed my mind. There's no point in heading up in this direction here. There's a fort that I don't want to deal with right now. I want to deal with this area. And the Romans have a way of pouncing on you with more than one might expect. Especially when they have in Italia and Magna Graecia. So we're going to stick together. It looks as though our glorious vassal here, Delphi, has taken charge of the situation. Let's see what goes on over here. We caught this guy. Looks like the Roman just made peace with his Iberian combatant partners there. Let's see what he got for his trouble. Uh-oh. I found him. He's trying to siege down Athens. I think, will not stand for it, though. Who is this? A 4, I see. That'll work. We'll take him. As the big bruiser goes on reorganization detail here for the time being, I'll hold down this front. What goes on here? On the march towards this area. We just stepped onto this fort here, and we are at a 0%. Good for us. Looks as like we've defeated this army, or will defeat him. We've occupied this area. Let's move it out here. I found the Roman fleet. Makes me sleep easier. He doesn't look like he brought anyone with him. He's just sort of on patrol. Good for us. I think that's half his fleet right there. So the other half shouldn't really be any... Uh-oh. I see. Well, we can go and reinforce that effort, hopefully. That's, I wonder if we were to assault this, what would happen? Nothing good. We'll just let it happen. I wonder what would happen if we went... We would leave this... Now, we're going to wait. We're going to keep those grouped together. I'm going to go take this over. Boom! Our siege just hit. We're going to go and reinforce the northern effort here. Let's force march up to our fleet. There's oddly very few Romans about. There's his army proper here. There's a small merc. And then there's these Magna Graecian guys. He has 280,000 last time I checked, so that they must be about somewhere. We've made it to this capital here. Done it. Who is this? I think it's someone revolting against him. I think he just released it as a feudatory. Well. He's not involved in the war. Well, that was slick. I think the feudatory will automatically reoccupy this provincial capital. Well, that's annoying. You wouldn't think that you could do that sort of thing in the middle of a war, but I think it's shenanigans and trickery and such. We made it to our fleet here. Let's get on board and see about heading up here immediately. Aha! Some Romans have showed up. I wonder if we could meet them. Looks like we're showing a green light here. He'll probably have reinforcements, but who knows? He's got light troops, light infantry, light cav. It's in the hills. We should do well enough. We just took a provincial capital here. And these guys are on the prowl again here. Let's see if we can take that out. There's some action around here now. The Conscripti of Magna Graecia, heavy infantry are back. I'm not going to worry about it. I have this guy headed to reinforce the siege of Rome, and then this unit is going to continue on its way up here to alleviate this situation. He's giving it out. That's all right. That's. I'll give him that. The hills are bad for us. We won. The Merc, he'll live through it. We're going to make sure Rome falls. So this unit has almost arrived here. We're going to arrive and then force march. Catch this guy out, hopefully. Let's see if we can get him. We've done it. I just checked the time. It's about a half an hour in or thereabouts. We have this going. Let's see. We're force marching across this river. We're going to dispatch this guy, hopefully catch this guy, and then run up here and get him as well. All on force march. There's some more of these guys showing up here. And there's 11k here as well. We need to get our... Let's see if we can go over here and pick up our fat Merc stack and bring him down to reinforce this effort. As the siege of Rome might be interrupted, or worse. And let's see what goes on here. We've occupied this, and this territory is taken. It's now food positive. This guy is going to try to drop this fort. These are taking that back. Plan to assault this fort. I'll hopefully then pivot back this way and reoccupy this. And that's the extent of the war so far. I hope to see you in the next episode.